Hello everybody, PsyStarcraft here with the AHGL once again. This is game number 3 between Microsoft and IBM. The score currently tied 1-1. Hopefully that didn't spoil it for you. You're supposed to watch these games in order anyway. Had a good game last game. Another ZVP. Zai was able to pull it out with some superior macro. But Microsoft looking to pull ahead once again. In the top right, we have Ether as the red Protoss. In the bottom left, we have ATrain as the blue Protoss. This is a mirror matchup. ATrain representing Team IBM, Ether representing Team Microsoft. It's a best of 5 series. Who's going to take it? I don't know. Mirror matchups. The most telling matchup of skill, or just forgate each other if you're Protoss. We'll see. One of the most popular builds in PvP used to be Blink Stalker on Blink Stalker because the Mothership Core allowed you to forego getting an observer to make Blink Stalker work, and it would just be all about that. But Blizzard has recently patched Blink from the Twilight Council, and so it does take a little bit longer, so that build won't come out as quick as maybe like a couple of mortals that you need to stop it, or you know, just more units, I suppose. So we'll see if the players do choose that route or if they go somewhere different. PvP is not my specialty, but I'll try to cast it as best as I can. The AHGL, if you guys aren't familiar, is the After Hours Gaming League. It is a StarCraft league that hosts several different companies that you're familiar with. IBM, Zynga, Facebook, I know Amazon I think was part of it one year, Microsoft of course, and it's kind of like how you would have a company softball team, you have a company StarCraft team. And they play for charity, and in the end they all travel to some special awesome location for the finals. Last year it was Team IBM against Team Epic, and they play for charity. So it's a lot of fun. It's all in good sport. You can see the guys chatting back and forth in a lot of these games, so we'll see what happens this game. Both sending out their scouts just on time, seeing just some normal standard stuff. If you see maybe 2 gas before a cybernetic score or something crazy like that, you might know something is up, so they both want to make sure that doesn't happen. And a gas block by Ether. ATrain's going to be a little bit slower on that second refinery, whereas Ether able to take his second refinery just in time. ATrain, the probe looks so depressed, like I want to take that refinery too, but no, not going to happen. Not going to happen. This probe working on this assimilator. Just trying to help out the Zealot that's about to come out. Of course, that Zealot wants to go straight to that assimilator. Getting that second gas up is so important in a PvP. So now, basically, this limits the amount of options ATrain has. Ether knows that his gas is going to be much slower, so ATrain might go a more, and he's even stealing 4 gas for it. Oh, insult to injury. ATrain might go for a more mineral-heavy build, like a 3-gate expand, or I don't know what Toss do. But there's a third pylon going down for ATrain. He has supply capped himself a little bit, but that's fine. Not that urgent to really get that pylon out super fast. They train pretty quickly. Another gateway coming down for Ether. Looks like his Stalker's just going to do some scouting, looking out for some proxy pylons. We got a ping going down over here from the observers. Not sure what they're smoking, but Stalker is checking for some pylons as well. So PvP, apparently a lot of proxies going on. Ether looking like he might want to set up a proxy pylon near the third, and this is coming in just as ATrain scouted this area. So will this probe come up here and throw down a pylon? It's hard to see. I don't see any expansions, don't see any who are looking like they're expanding. There's a Twilight Council from ATrain. Meanwhile, Ether still just kind of patrolling that Stalker around looking for that proxy pylon. Warp gate's being chrono boosted. ATrain's warp gate's much slower. Now the reason for that is that early gas steal. Stalker on Stalker, 2 Stalkers, no Stalker. ATrain needs to get that Stalker back. He cannot win. He can't win. Zealot, Stalker on Stalker. The Stalker is going to get away. How many times can I say Stalker? Only taking 3 hull damage, and this Mothership Core being a little bit aggressive. Gonna see this probe. Oh, that's a huge pickup. This was ATrain's proxy probe. Is he gonna see it? Yes, he is. And he's smartly attacking the probe to force it away from his escape path. If he were to attack the probe from the north, the probe would run this way and probably get away, but no, Ether's gonna go past the probe and make it force itself up. If ATrain would have been watching that poor little guy, he could have saved him, but no. Poor probe. 4 gateways on the way now for ATrain, as well as a Dark Shrine, but here comes aggression from Ether. This might be some kind of crazy base race, I would say, but ATrain doesn't have a proxy pylon, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get the Dark Templar where he wants to get him. He might just have to use him defensively. Ether coming up. This could be a quick game. Warp Gate's not even complete. Only 2 gateways, but no, he is going to back off. Oh, what a small little push up this ramp could have done, man. Just a quick little push. We have an Oracle from Ether as well as an expansion. Now this is kind of good. This forces pushing back ATrain, is keeping him discouraged from actually moving out of his base, and this Oracle's going to keep the Stalkers in the base as well. And then behind all of this, he's expanding because he's going to be nice and safe. He's not going to expect any aggression while the Stalker and the Zealots and stuff are staying back trying to defend. And just look how fast these Oracles vaporize these units. Gosh, that's incredible. Killing 4 or 5 probes before that Nexus from the Purify actually even had to go off, and the Stalker are able to take it down. Here come the Dark Templar. Is there any detection? The Oracle now, remember, the Oracle does have the detection ability, not the Mothership Core. Here they come. Does Ether see it? Now he does. Nexus being attacked by this Dark Templar. That was a mistake. That's going to tell Ether that he needs to save energy for that reveal. One Dark Templar staying back for some reason. Looks like he's going to go back into the Nexus. And, oh, Ether trying to block off the path to the probe line. One Dark Templar taking out the probes, the other Dark Templar going for the Stalker. One Stalker going down, so much damage, they do 50 damage. This Dark Templar, oh, here comes the reveal from the Oracle. It is now a moving detector for 30 seconds, I believe. Yes, 30 seconds, and a Purify taking down 2 of those Dark Templar so fast. Observer out as well. So man, Ether is just all over the place. He's got starports, he's got Oracles, he's got, that's the same thing. He's got Robotics Facility and the Observer, and he's got an expansion out. So this is working just perfectly the way Ether wanted it to. ATrain's got a lot of catching up to do. His expansion much further behind. He's 1 probe down, but of course that's going to go up so fast with the chrono boosting of both of these Nexuses. Looks like some Immortals are coming out as well. This Twilight Council might see some use. He might just have to switch up into Mass Blink Stalker. I don't know, man. Immortal's pretty good against that. This Oracle might see some harassment coming pretty soon. Pulsar Beam, 2 shots. Workers, so powerful. Allows it to attack enemy ground units. Disabled versus light. There it goes. Immortal popping out. Bit of a standstill right here. It's like ATrain throwing down another refinery. It's just kind of hanging out. I feel like Ether could push out with the Void Ray and Oracle and do some more harassment. He's going to be doing that with the Oracle, but he still has some catching up to do. Having this Dark Shrine and only killing 5 or 6 probes, which is what it looked like he killed, isn't worth it. He needs to do a lot more than that now using those Dark Templar as Archons. This Oracle, is he going to get that probe? No, he probably wants to save the energy for a more dense probe area. Here it comes. Oh, and he sees the Oracle. Nice preemptive little Purify right there. And almost able to take down that Oracle. Oracle is not an armored unit, so Stalkers only do 10 damage to it. He has used the Revelation, which allows him to see enemy units for 60 seconds. So these Archons and this Stalker, they can be seen. Nice little ice crystal above their heads. Really cool animation there. Stargate coming from ATrain. And while I don't know PvP that well, I think it's pretty unusual to see a Stargate coming this late. Perhaps for some Oracles of his own, for some detection or harassment, maybe Phoenix to chase down the Oracles most likely. Probably just get 1 or 2 Phoenix out of those, maybe later on some Void Rays to supplement his army. Do we have any Forges from either player? Yes, we have 1 Forge coming down for Ether and a second Stargate. So he's going to have 2 Stargates. Interesting to see what he gets from there. Is he going to be starting any air attack upgrades? Not seeing any. Zealot Charge coming from ATrain, just kind of camping his units in his mineral line, doesn't want to let those Oracles get any damage. And oh, look how close this pylon is. It's easy to be solid with your mechanics in the early game, but it's later on where you always forget Overlord placement, pylon placement, where are the proxies at? I need to scout the tech, things like that, because you're so busy with other things like macro. Here's the Observer, but he's got some Archons. These Archons are going to soak up so much damage. The Dark Templar chasing down these Stalkers. I don't know what this attack is. This is the latest 6 Stalker attack I've ever seen. And this Observer is actually out of place. This Dark Templar getting in some free shots. But now it's going to go down. Yes, it does. Void Ray able to finish that Dark Templar off. Now remember, in Heart of the Swarm, Prismatic Beam is now activated. You can now activate it to increase it to full charge for 20 seconds, increasing its damage versus armored units. So it's more of a tactical unit, more than just a right-click and cross your fingers type unit. Here comes a 3rd base. from Aether, busting down these rocks, making his escape or his attack much, much easier. Smart move right there. I like it. And ATrain can actually force the cancellation of this Nexus. He does see it producing. If he can just warp in a couple Zealots, he can easily force the cancellation of this. Not seeing that right now. Still needs a little bit more saturation as expansion. He's still down by 7 probes. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but considering how long he's been down by that many workers, he's kind of falling a little bit behind here. This pylon is finally going to go down. No warp-ins coming from ATrain. Probably wanted to warp in at his natural to try to defend against any attack. So once again, Aether all over the place, getting in some more harassment. Jeez, so many probes going down. Tons of energy on this Oracle. It's not running out anytime soon. 11 kills, 12 kills, 13 kills, 14 kills, 15 kills on that Oracle. It might even go for the Nexus. This ATrain's Phoenix finally, or Void Ray finally coming out. I think I would have liked to see Phoenix after knowing the Oracles are flying around there, and there's also Void Rays flying around. Void Rays, or Phoenix, are pretty good against Void Rays. It's not super effective, but not a terrible option. Finally resaturating 34 to 54. This is where ATrain has to try to make something happen. If he lets this economy catch up with him, he's... Oh, but he does catch these Stalkers off guard. There's no blink on the Stalkers. If he can drop this Immortal, that'd be great. Oh, this Zealot is going to push the Immortal back a little bit. Archons and Zealots, he might actually be able to push in and deny that third, but that still won't be enough. There's not enough probes here. Not enough has been invested into this third for ATrain's attack to really do a whole lot. And Aether's economy just on 2 bases is so much higher, 53 to 38. ATrain still frantically producing more probes and a couple more Zealots warping in, but I still don't think this is going to be enough. This Mothership Core is even helping out. If it's not enough, he can always mass recall and time warp. That's an option that synergizes pretty well with Archons. They have close range attack, they're pretty slow. Time warp can help them close in, but that's just a lot of units, man. These Void Rays can kite these Archons forever. I don't know what's going to happen here. This might be the battle to decide the game. Oh no, but ATrain has second thoughts. That Purify is so good, trying to assault the Nexus, and that's Archon just barely saved. He does recall home nice and safely. You see a slight delay on that recall, but he was able to save his units. It's not looking good for him. He's so far behind. Wasn't able to deny the third. The third is becoming saturated on 6 gas pretty quick here, and some Colossi coming out. ATrain is in for a world of hurt. I feel like that was the only way he could have come back, is by pushing into that third and just crossing his fingers, hoping for a good time warp or miss micro from his opponent, because now he's just too far behind. And remember, that was all because the Dark Templar were defended pretty well, and the Oracle's got some nice early game harassment. And see, here's 3 Stalkers even. Even when he's not harassing, he's still affecting the composition of ATrain. 3 Stalkers just sitting there trying to defend. He could move these Stalkers with the army, and he now has a forge, and send a probe to make a cannon in this mineral line, but I have a feeling he just might have forgot about these. Supply counts, as you can see, 111 to 143. Was that an Archon? Was that an Archon that just died? I don't know what that was, but something just died. I think it might have been a Dark Templar, actually. Keeping the Observer with the army, of course, doesn't want anything to let ATrain back into the game. Anything to happen. Aether just kind of waiting for himself to max out. He's even got some High Templar coming in. Storm being researched, or is it researched? No, just for some Archons most likely. A good gas sink. He's got 1 High Templar just kind of hanging out, maybe even for some feedbacks, but I don't really see anything to feedback. Maybe the Mothership Core. 1 High Templar to feedback the Mothership Core, and so it can't recall home? That'd be kind of cool. This Proxy Pylon still hanging out. ATrain working on getting his economy going, but I don't know, man. I don't know. These High Templar are just kind of hanging out. They don't want to do anything but feedback. They don't want to be Archons, so yeah, they do. Lots of High Templar. That's going to be so many Archons. Here comes Aether with the +2. ATrain with just a +1. +2 on the way, as well as +3 for Aether. This Pylon just kind of hanging out still. Oh, here it is. 4 Zealot warping. He's got a Pylon over here. He can try to... Oh, that's got so many cannons, though. Here come the Zealots. Are they going to go for the Nexus? Going to go for probes? Yes, he is selecting these Zealots. You can see from the hashed line around them. And a pretty good response from ATrain. Losing 1, maybe 2 probes. Even saving the cannon. So able to maneuver his army over to his third and save it. Meanwhile, Aether, seeing how small ATrain's... No! Void Rays, get out of there! Seeing how small ATrain's army is, especially with the absence of those 2 Void Rays, it kind of feels like this is the time. Press in with my +2 finishing for ATrain, so at least that'll be even. Fleet Beacon on the way, but what's that going to do? He can't produce anything in time to defend against this. He doesn't even have any supply. He's 126 out of 110. A lot of his proxy pylons being taken down. More Zealot Warpins coming in down here. Zealot on Zealot action here. And here comes the big battle. Guardian Shields. Are we going to see any Time Warps? What are we going to see out of both these players? So many Void Rays, all of them activating their Prismatic Beams. Here comes the Purify on the Nexus, but I don't think that's going to be enough, man. This is just so many units. It didn't matter what Aether's composition was at this point. He's just got so much more supply. And there's the GG from ATrain. So Aether able to take it in superior PvP play. That makes the score 2 for Microsoft and 1 for IBM. Stay tuned for game number 4.